Let's look at stress. Stress can cause both health and safety problems. If you're stressed, first of all, it's not a good healthy condition. And then if you're stressed, you can easily cause accidents in the organization. So stress is the adverse reaction people have to excessive pressure or other types of demand placed on them. When people have too much demands on them, they end up being stressed. And the effects of stress are job burnout, anxiety, depression, insomnia when you can't sleep at night, hypertension, ulcers, because when you stress most of the times you can't eat, frequent illness, and then exhaustion. So stress is the reaction that people have to excess pressure and other types of demands placed on them. Yes. Then let's look at the signs or symptoms of stress. That shows that someone is stressed. First is lack of concentration. When you're stressed, it's hard for you to concentrate on one thing because you'll always be lost in thoughts. Then changes in the person's normal behavior. When people are stressed, they change. They start doing weird things that they were not doing before. Then poor relations with other staff. When people are stressed, most of the times they do not want to relate with others. Then being irritable, when they easily get annoyed because they are stressed. Being impulsive, when you cannot decide on what to do. Then raised blood pressure. Stress will lead to pressure because you're overthinking, you're on tension. Then headaches, you will have headache because you're overthinking, overstressing out. Loss of appetite or weight loss. Most of the times when you're stressed, you can't eat, so you lose appetite and you lose weight. Then weight gain, the some 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 people when they are stressed, they just gain weight instead of reducing weight. Then backache, drinking or smoking more than normal. You decide to drink or smoke in order for you to forget the stress for some time. And then let's look at the causes of stress. What causes stress amongst employees? Role conflict when they have a lot of things to execute. Then career development when they're stressed about their career. Then level of responsibility when the responsibilities are too many at work. Then poor communication between employee and the employee. It ends up stressing them out. For example, when they do not communicate when they are paying you salary and when they will delay. Then work overload and underload. When you overload employees, you have a lot of work to execute and they will end up being stressed. And when you underload them, they will have time to overthink. Then poor relationship with colleagues. Once you do not relate with the people you work with, they'll stress you. They'll make your life hard. Then workplace bullying. When they bully you at work, they minimize you at work, you will be stressed out. A noisy workplace automatically stresses people out. Then another cause of stress is work-life balance. When you want to balance work and life, which is not an easy thing, so it will stress you out. Individual characteristics, for example, personality and coping style. If you're ever coping people, you'll always be stressed about the things that they do and everything. Then working conditions, for example, where there is too much lighting, there is noise, overcrowding, and poor air quality will stress out someone. Interpersonal relations, distant and uncommunicative supervisors, office politics, and then competition. And we have the nature of the job. Long hours with low pay will stress out the employee. Workplace changes, then organization practices. For example, conflicting job demands, not participating in decision making, etc. Then let's look at the stress management, the workplace strategies, the things that can be done to manage stress of the employees. First is effective open communication. You make an open communication between the employer and the employee. For example, if they are not going to receive their salary in time, you communicate. Then job redesign. You clarify roles, avoid role ambiguity and conflict, and give people more autonomy. Then career development. Plan careers and promote staff in accordance with their capabilities. Then performance management processes. Allow a dialogue to take place between managers and individuals about the work problems and ambitions. So you carry out performance management, performance management processes. You allow managers to interact with the workers to find out how they feel about work and the things that stress them out. Yeah. Then another way of managing stress is counseling with personal department, company medical officers, and company assistance programs. They can counsel employees on how to handle stress at work. Then management training in performance review, counseling technique, and what managers can do to alleviate the stress. Yeah, you train the managers in how they are supposed to reduce on the stress of the workers. Then work-life balance policies, you learn about the work-life balance policies, how you can balance work and life at the same time. Effective reward program, because some employees can be stressed because they are not rewarded, they are not recognized for their contribution to the organization. So if you reward them, it will reduce on that stress. And lastly, we have effective job performance. Then individual stress level management, what you can do as a person to reduce on your own stress. First is social support from family and friends. Then keep journal of things that stress you and how to avoid them. Take a break from things that stress you. Then nurturing yourself with emotional intelligence. Time management, massage therapy can help you to reduce on the level of stress. And lastly, identify the sources of stress and identify ways of overcoming stress.